I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alice.
And we're our Stitching Kingdom. And guess what's happening today?
WIP Parade.
A WIP Parade. We're going to do...
The day before Christmas.
The day before Christmas. Happy Christmas Eve. Christmas Adam. Festivus. I have some beef with yous. If you know, you know. Really quick, we're going to show... everything's really quick here today. This is a channel about cross stitch and life and this adorable cutie. And yeah, just we're happy to have you here. Thank you to all our returning friends. Thank you to any new friends and subscribers that have joined us. And yeah, it's time for the annual WIP Parade. We've got a couple of things that we're going to show really quick before we get into Alice's WIP Parade. She's got 2. And then I will have 58 going into the new year. So that's a few. Not as many as some. You should go check out Vicky Reading and Stitching. She is doing a giveaway for if you can tell her how many WIPs she has. And she's counting along the way, but it's over 300, I can tell you that. So I haven't been counting, but I do know that it's in the triple digits. So, but yes, really quick, yeah, I'm going to show you, I've got a FFO. This is from my brother. So brother, if you're watching, stay away, go away.
Go away.
This is the Riker maneuver. Lydia from Lydia's Stitching and Such. Lydia, I'll look you up. But she saw this on my channel. I got it from an Etsy seller. I will link it below. I like that Lydia changed the chair to a different color. It's more of a tan color chair. And yeah, so, but that's FFO. That's for my brother for Christmas. So still need to wrap it. I ordered some Grace Notes fabrics. Watch out. We've got a precarious pile over here. So, and this is Hannah. 32 count Lagana in a fat quarter. And this is definitely Hannah. She is bright and sunshiny, and I think it goes with the name because Alice has a really good friend named Hannah, and she's the same way. And she's just adorable, bright, shiny.
We saw her yesterday.
We did see her yesterday. We went and saw the lights. And then they sent a cute little card. Very sweet. And so let's hop into Alice's WIP Parade. And this is what she has. Hers are diamond painting right now.
This is one of them. How long have I been working on this?
A long time. This was one of her first ones. It's a heart from Leisure Arts. And it's in golds. Kind of fun. With the striped background. It's a partial. And then this other one she's been working on.
For a while.
For a while. She got it as a gift from Miss Linda in South Korea. So thank you, Linda.
Oh.
And it's a little kitty cat. And she's
a
got a
teacup.
lot of progress. I think she'll do some more progress over the Christmas break. What do you think? Yeah?
We're in Christmas break.
Yeah, we are. So you've got some time to work on it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so put that away. Cover it up.
It won't stay.
And we are going to try to go in as orderly as I can. I've kind of went backwards in this pile. If I remember, I will insert a picture of what this craziness looks like next to me.
Here, no, you should just start right now.
Oh, I should. It's a little messy in here, though. Ta-da! Ignore the other mess.
Precarious.
Very precarious. So, we're back up here now.
What's that backpack for?
That's my... Don't let... Okay. Alright. Just stay right there where you are.
Ow.
And keep pushing that stuff. Alright. We're here. We're here. Okay, first up. So my oldest WIP is Lady of the Flag. We know her. We love her. I might lose Alice in a little bit, and we just turned upside down. That's great. But here's my progress. Okay, here's my progress, where she is. This was started on July 15th of 2018. And there's what she looks like.
3 years.
She is my oldest WIP. I wanted to get her done this year, but it didn't happen. And, but that's fine. She is on my goal to finish next year. Next, I have Castle Walls. This is a Long Dog sampler. And it looks
No, dress monkey.
like this.
I'm just putting dress monkey right here.
And I'm not taking things out. I'm using the Called for Glorianas and the Picture This Plus that it's on. What is this mystery? Oh, that's not been started. But here's where I am on Castle Walls, and I think it goes, yeah, that's the top corner. And that was started on January 22nd, 2019.
2 years ago.
Yep, 2 years. And then my next one is a full coverage. This is Kingdom Hearts. And I'd really like to get back to this one. It's so pretty.
I haven't actually seen this one.
And it is 2/1/10 stitch. That is what it looks like. That is where I am. I'm on that top medallion with Donald. So started going into that. Don't lean, careful. Okay, and if I don't put them back, then it will be even more of a fun tragedy. Okay, there's this one. Okay, this can go over here. And let's get started with Put on the Hat.
Where's Put on the Hat?
Right here. So Put on the Hat is part of the Around the Holidays series by Hands on Design. Okay, Put on the Hat is right here. And I'm going to be doing the drum finishes. And I've got the purple. And this is where I'm at on Put on the Hat. Oh, sorry, let me just flash the pattern. I apologize. That's where I'm at. So I've got the witch to do, the spell books, not much more to do. And put that back in there. Oh, this isn't giving me anxiety here. Woo-hoo-hoo. Next in this, let's finish it, pull it all out here. Okay, next is
Stay.
Live Within Your Harvest,
Stay.
which is this. Okay,
Stay.
just hold it. So that's my progress on it. Haven't really touched it. Live Within Your Harvest by Hands on Design. So yeah, you'll want to, if I didn't say before, you'll probably want to grab a cup of something. Favorite beverage, a snack.
I wish I did that.
Oh, Say Can You See is next, which is this, oh no, it's right here. This is Oh Say Can You See by Hands on Design. And this is where I'm at. So I've almost got the drum finished. I did have to restart these because I did not have enough fabric when I first cut them. So we all know how that goes. Okay, please be careful, sweetheart. I don't want that going all over. Next we have, I know, is Live Within Your Harvest, or not Live Within Your Harvest. Where Liberty Dwells is this one, which I love this one. And here I am. On this. So I've got the barn and some of the flag done. So, and the cute little picket fence. So fun. And then the last one in this bag is Grown with Love. Sweetheart, you said you wanted to help me. It's gonna, if you leave, it's gonna fall. And then Grown with Love, also by Hands on Design. And this is where we're at. Ta-da! And I didn't bring a board. This is kind of just a, decided to do it on a whim. So what you get is what you get. So that's all in that bag from that day. Okay, next is Jack's Halloween Dream, which is this one. And this is by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I think I have a full cover page. I'm not sure though. I will have to put it in the... I will have to insert a picture, but it will end up being a cute little hanger. Oops. And that's where I'm at on that. And the ghosties are glow in the dark. So that's really fun. Okay, one second. Sorry. Okay. Next is Thine is the Trick and the Treat, which is right here. Started it with a few people. I have the first page done. I'm working on the second page. And here's the cover photo of what it will look like. I'm doing mine in what is the color? It's a Dinky Dyes Night Sky on Properly Primitive from Under the Sea Fabrics. And if I remember what they're on, or I see what they're on, I will say what they're on. So, like I said, it's kind of a one of those things. Okay, Alice. Alice. And this is Alice by Mirabilia.
Hey.
Right here. And this one was started, Jack's Halloween Dream was started on the 30th of October, 31st of October of 2019. All of the Around the Holidays series were started in May. Are you leaving me? Joy. So that's where I am. I'm in the top portion right there. That's the way it goes. I'm like, what did I do? And I've got her dress and gloves done. There is a mistake, so I decided to go from the top down. So we shall see if I can fix the curly Q mistake. And she was started on, let's see here, the 3rd of January of 2020. Thine is the Trick in the Treat was started on November 4th of 2019. Rocks? No. You are gonna toss things over. Next I have, it's down there. Next I have Flower Quaker by Verbena Cross Stitch. This one was kind of UFO'd. This was started on... Oh, wait, I lied. I lie. Next is Once Upon a Fairy Tale, which is kind of in timeout because, yeah, issues, and I need to work on it because I look at it and I really like it, but I'm... with the whole color issue from Heaven and Earth Designs, yeah. So we'll have to see what I decide to do, but I do have the first page done on that one. And I love how you can see that owl in the books, and I do like it, but, you know, I'm afraid to see what that color change is going, you know, if it really affects it, or because I'm being ornery and keeping it how it was charted originally. So, and that was started on the 3rd of November. Alice was my New Year, New Start of 2020. Once Upon a Fairy Tale was January 3rd of 2020. And then my Dress Monkey on a Throne. I blame Magical Stitches. And yes. It was my fault. We all decided to stitch a monkey. And yeah. Let me get this out without showing the pattern. Oh my gracious goodness. Come on, my friend. And this is Lucy, is my name. I know Vicky Hartwell has her. Vicky Gable has her. Glenna stitched her. Carla from Craft Addict K is stitching her, or has completed her. But here she is in all her glory. And I am that far. So I finished the first page. This is a window, and then this is the start of her toilet paper roll. So. And now that I got that one into Pattern Keeper, it will be so much more easier to stitch her. I like doing the full coverages on Pattern Keeper, and then she's also tent stitched as well. Sorry, we're noisy. We are noisy. But like I said, it is what it is. It's a fun one today, guys. It's a fun one today, my friends. Okay, there goes Lucy. And she was started, or Annie. Sorry, mine is Annie. I apologize. I think Vicky Hartwell's is Lucy, and Vicky Gable's is Gracie. So I apologize about that. And that was started on the 2nd of December. And then next is my leap year start, which is Flower Quaker. My leap day start. From Verbena Cross Stitch. This one, I kind of fell out of love with it, but I think I will still finish it. And let me move that pattern. Because it's really simple, it's really pretty. I was in a Quaker phase, and I got quite a bit done on it. Oops, come on. Trying not to flash another pattern. And that's how far I've gotten on that. And this is on 35 count champagne cork legacy linen. And it's 1 strand over 2 threads. Put that in there a little bit nicer. And this one was started, like I said, on the 29th of February 2020. And next, so I only have 1 WIP from 2018. I don't have very many from 2019. Okay, next is Forest Goddess, and she was started in May of 2020. I started this, I know, with Kristi. I think she's stitching it, and I think Vicky Hartwell is stitching her as well. This one I can't remember who I started this one with, but she's gorgeous. Forest Goddess. Lots of fancy ladies, lots of mirabilias. 2020 was like my year of the lady, the year of the pretty ladies. And this is on Selkie from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I have up to her head and part of her skirt done. So she's gorgeous. She's very pretty. I like her. She's got some fun beading detail. She's got bugle beads on her. So I'd like to pick her up. Again, I did stitch on her a lot last year. And I need to do better about tracking who I stitch on and what I stitch on. So Forest Goddess, that was on the 29th of May of 2020. And then Shakespeare's Fairies is right here. And I started this one with Belinda and I think Lisa from Lisa Stitching and Such. Lisa has finished hers. Laurel, are you stitching this with us? Vicky Hartwell, are you stitching this with us? I can't remember. I remember Belinda because of the bag I have this in. Natalie has stitched and finished this from Knitty Nat Stitches, and I want to say that's the top. So I have a lantern complete. And this is on Under the Sea Fabric, Hamlet. And it's a 32 count. So that is Shakespeare's Fairies. I think Harriet started this with us. Harriet, did you? And that one, and my other pile is going to fall now. I have piles around me. And that was started on... That was started on the 29th of May. And Forest Goddess was started on the 1st of May. And then Silver Moon Tea, which I remember Lisa from Lisa Stitching and Such, Laurel from Laurel Ann, Vicky Gable from Stitch and Button, Janet Jabber has stitched this 1/1 on 28 count, and it's beautiful. And Janet's is finished, but here is mine on some nice crunchy linen. And I believe that's the top corner. I think. No, wait. It's this way. Because I think that's her shoulder, yeah. But I do need to get her out and stitch, give her some love. And she was on the 30th of May of 2020. Because, you know, the year 2020 was start all the things. Then I started on the 16th of June, Magic Study, which is another full coverage. This originally was a limited edition in this colorway. She's since released, it's by Rose Conn, is the artist. And they have, Heaven and Earth has since released a pattern that is like got the rainbow transfixed over it. I don't care for it, but you do you. But I've got pretty much a whole page finish on that. This is the top corner. So, and there's some blue. I just have to do some fill in on that. And this is 2/1 tent. Or, yeah, 2/1 tent stitch. I have lots of things trying to fall. And that's Magic Study. Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Or Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Sorry, Jessie. I know Rita Marie started Once Upon a Fairy Tale. I think she started Magic Study. I know Sammy has Magic Study. Vicky Hartwell has Magic Study. There's a few of us that have Magic Study, and we all started it the same day. My Gratitude is down in the bottom, so I will pull that back up later. Christmas Elf Fairy is also in a bag at the bottom, because I started from oldest to newest, because I wanted to, or from newest to oldest, because I wanted to do oldest first, and I forget I have some stuff in the same bag. So, South Seas Mermaid, and this beautiful lady, I have not worked on it in a long time, since I touched it, I think. So, she's going to get some love in January. And this one I started with Vicky Hartwell. I put it in a Magic Kingdom bag. This was from Laurel, because it makes me think of Vicky. And this is South Seas. I'm sorry about the glare from my camera. And this is on a Mystic Fabrics. Get this out. And this is my sad little start. Just right there. So she definitely needs some love. I think this is like the least amount of stitches I have. So this poor lady definitely needs some loving. And I will put her over here. Okay. And she was started on July 9th of 2020. And then Mermaid of the Pearls. She's my next one. Come back here. And she is getting pretty close to done. That's my Mermaid of the Pearls. She's out of print, unfortunately, but she's gorgeous. And this is how far I've gotten. She's still in my Q-Snap because she was a focus for Zombie Run. She's still going to be a focus, but I have her head is all finished, and I just need to go this way, and then obviously her tail. So I do want to get some stitching done on her, so she's still in a Q-Snap. Next, and she was started on Mermaid of the Pearls on August 22nd, 2020. And then we have Be a Pineapple, which is down in another thing. And then we have Yellowstone from Eric Dowdle. Or the artist is Eric Dowdle. And I can't remember where I got this. But there's Yellowstone. Vicky Hartwell is also stitching this. It's gorgeous. I love it. And I have quite a few pages finished. I have all the way over here. I have, I think, 2 pages finished on this, and then I'm going back and completing what I've got and then going back to 10 by 10 blocks. I was doing cross-country color completion, and yeah, that was not for me. Oh, I love this. And it's really not super carpety. So, and this is also 2 over 1/10 stitch. So that is definitely a focus next year as well. That was started on, I want to say its birthday, 8/25, so August 25th of 2020. Miss Ladybug is in another bag. And then we have Dark Queen of the Sea Sal. She was started on September 1st of 2020. A lot of people have finished this gorgeous lady. I cannot wait to see. Oh, there's Miss. And I don't know if I don't have a completed picture of her, but yeah, she's just gorgeous. And there's a lot of people that have completed her, and I love her face. Her face is just my favorite. But this is what I'm working on. I'm working on the trident and coming down. And yeah, so everything else up to that part is complete because I'm working on part 8 of 12. So, and it's been really neat to see everybody's different renditions and takes, and so she's definitely a focus on a finish next year. And you're gonna hear that a lot because I still want to get a lot of finishes. Next I have Significant Otter, which is started on September 5th of 2020. And this is a pattern my husband got for me from Volcano Stitching. And it's adorable. And it says, "You are my significant otter." And it was Volcano Stitching's Etsy store. I think they do dyes too. They dye fabric too. And this is just on an Ada, which I like stitching on all types of things. So I have "You Are My Significant," and then I have one of the otters started. So, and then this cute little otter and narwhal. Or no, otter and hammerhead shark. It is a sloth and a hammerhead shark. My gracious. So that one definitely needs some attention. One of my favorite bags. This is a Stitch and Button bag. Flamingos. And this was from Joni. A gift from my friend Joni. A lot of my bags are gifts, so thank you. Okay, next I have Sapphire Fairy. So in Sapphire Fairy and Ladybug Fairy, or Miss Ladybug, are in the same bag. So I will show you Miss Ladybug first. That is Miss Ladybug. Sammy has finished her, and this is one of her wings. So she's got a bit done on there. And then Sapphire Fairy. And this one I want to say I started on, September 16th of 2020. Sapphire is my mom and my daughter's birthstone. And here's I think this is a set. Oh, I started with her hair. So there's her hair and some Kreinik in her hair. So pretty. And this is on a Sprite from Picture This Plus 28 linen. Ooh, hopefully that will work with the beads. I didn't think of that. Well, Sarah. That's for future Sarah to figure out. Alright, next I have Dressmaker's Daughter, which actually got some love this past week. With the winter solstice, I decided to start stitching on the dresses for the season, so they'll at least get one day a year, hopefully a couple days. But so she got a couple days worth of stitches. This is by Mirabilia, and these panels are all basically full coverage. Come on, fabric, or come on. So this is where I've gotten across the top done, and then I went to the middle and I moved down to get the dummy started, the dress form started. So that's where I got. So this will see some love later this year. at that pile, and that one was started on the 20th of September. And then next is Geranium. I started this one with Vicky, Reading and Stitching. We started a lot last year. This is by Nora Corbett. This was started on the 28th of September. And she's gorgeous. I've gotten a lot done on her. I've gotten most of her, gotten her head, her wings all the way done except for the beads, and then I'm working on her dress. So she will be a quick one to finish, hopefully. So. And then, let's see here. Next is Bliss Fairy, and I started this one with, I know Belinda, the Aussie Stitcher, and I can't remember if Vic Gable started it with us or if Harriet started it with us, but this is Bliss Fairy. She's so pretty. I love that flower that she's sitting under. And she's got kind of a sad start too, if I remember right. Oh no, I got a good... Well, somewhat. Still a little sad. Got part of the stem started that's up above the flower, and then it's coming down. Yeah. So, and this is on Mystic Fabrics 28 count, and this is a mystery from one of her fabric games. And yes, I'm folding them. It'll be fine. And she was started on the 29th of September of 2020. Next, we have my Magical Creatures calendar, which is super fun. I've had this one for a while. This is from Cloud's Factory. Oh, we're seeing the end almost. And let's see. This is what it looks like. I know Rita Marie from Rita Marie's Stitching Adventure has this and is working on it. I'm doing this on this really fun fabric. I've gotten over to, I want to say that is March. Yes, March is the Phoenix. So I've got in that corner and almost all of the Phoenix done, because he's really not that big. So, and then there's some clouds or a mountain or something, and then I'll come back down. I think what I want to do is try to work on it a little bit during the month. So when March comes around, I will work on March and see if I can't finish that, and then go from there. So you get a little bit of love too. Oh dear. You're gonna go right here. Okay, next, and that was started on the 2nd of October of 2020. Next, I have Pumpkin Trio, which is still buried. Okay, my camera cut me off. So we were working on Flamingo Bells, and I was showing you Be a Pineapple. And Be a Pineapple was started back in August of 2020, and that's what Be a Pineapple looks like. I noticed that I wasn't recording, and I was like, oh no! And that's the drum. It's almost finished. I just need to get a wiggle on and get it done. And then Flamingo Bells. And I should grab my stuff from Ray. I forgot to grab it. She sent me the cutest floss drops, and it goes with my Flamingo Bells. The fa la 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 mingo. And there it is. This one is actually Flamingo Bells, but I have all three. So there's fa la 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 mingo, and this is from Hands On Design. This is Flamingo Bells. Then there's the start of Flamingo Bells. And then I also have Flamingo All the Way, which I love. And so I need to finish these. I love them. They're so cute. But, you know, it was a year of starts in 2020. And these were started in on October 6th of 2020. And that's all the flamingos I have in here. So, super fun. I definitely want to get those out and get stitching on them. But yes, Ray Slade, Stitching Sunshine Ray, sent me some cute flamingo floss drops. And I'm going to have to show them in my next floss tube. So thank you, Ray. And then next I have is Royal Games 1. I also have Royal Games 2. This cat is asleep next to me. She's so funny. But I've only started the first one. And this is Royal Games 1. And I was going to put them on the same fabric. I think I still, or the same, in the same frame. I just, yeah, things got weird. But yes, here is Royal Games. So the Queen of Hearts has her heart and her head and her nice ruff. So she got a lot done. I know Shelly KeyX Stitch, or Shelly It's Only Stitching is now her channel because YouTube took hers away for whatever weird reason. Just as she hit 1,000 too, which was like, oh, that's nice. So It's Only Stitching, Shelly, and she has finished it, I believe. Shelly, correct me if I'm wrong. But she's so pretty. I love that one. And that was started on the 13th of October. Next I have is Touching the Autumn Sky, which was started on the 24th of October of 2020. And she... this is a borrowed pattern. This is not my pattern because it is very, very much out of print. And I love this one. It's so cute. And this is done on a Live and Die LA. I think it's called Phoenix Flame or something like that. But I've got into her little mittens. So this whole part up here is all done. This is the falling. So I'm just going to be working on the girl. So that'll be fun. Let me pull that out again. So yeah, I just have the girl to finish. So, you know, she's not that big. Says no one ever. Or that's what she said. So yeah, she's got to get some stitching done on her because she is borrowed and I want to get her home. Spell of the Moon is still buried in my thing of smalls. I actually think. And then I have Under the Evergreen, which I need to pull out and give it some love. Started this, Laurel from Laurel Ann has this as a WIP, and I want to say, do I have a cover photo? Hang on. I don't think I do. Oh, goodness. I do not think I have a cover photo, so I'll have to try to remember to insert one. And if not, yeah, I don't have a cover photo. Because this is a Patterns Online pattern. And it's Teresa Winsler, lots of blends, lots of, yeah. So that's where I am. I've got that corner of the first page. And I'm working down from there. And you can see there's a candy cane right there. I think there's some gingerbread, there's a little gingerbread man right there. Lots of backstitching, and so I think I'm gonna, once I get that more filled in, I'll start backstitching. But this one needs some love this month. For sure. We're gonna go right there. And that was started on November 7th of 2020. And then this is one of the last ones I started with Belinda and Vic Gable. And this is my only Joan Elliott, which is, well, my only Joan Elliott WIP, which is The Dragon and the Fairy. And I really want to touch all my WIPs because going through this, I see that I have not touched a lot, even though I was doing no new starts. I still didn't touch a lot of my WIPs. So, I mean, I did, but I didn't touch them all. This is a Mystic Fabrics mystery that I got off of one of her games, and this is really sad too. I just have part of the wing. So, sad, sad, sad. So this one definitely needs some love next year, and it will get some love next year. Yeah. You can go right there. And that was started on the 13th of November of 2020. Then I have Poppy from Nora Corbett, which we started this for Vic Gable's birthday. And she finished hers, and she's gorgeous. That's mine. And I've gotten down to the dress. And so I've got her face all done, and her wings are done except for the beads. And then I just need to do her dress. So she needs some love. Definitely. She was started on the 24th of November, which is Vicky Gable's birthday. And then I started Well Rounded, which I used this for a zombie run piece in Daily 30. That's what it looks like. I completed Winter. It is all done. Pull that one out. And I'm not going to do a finished parade this year. It was just, yeah. These all need just to be FFO'd. They're all a little wonky, but we will get them finished, fully finished. I've got the kits and everything. And that's Winter, the different motifs. And this is on Spanish Moss by Fabrics by Stephanie. And then I've got Spring. I've got the first motif done, and I'm working on the second. And it says Spring, and it's going to say Bouquet underneath. So this will definitely be one that I work on next year as well. Probably within the season or close to it. I'm not sure, but yes, it will get some love and some finishes. And that was started on November 29th of 2020. And then I have Rose Quaker. I saw Laura Busby when I was at the first Stitch West. She was stitching this, and it's gorgeous. And it's all in silks. And the conversion that she has is amazing, so I'm using that conversion. I think she got it from the attic, and with their permission, she's able to give it. And this is, it's done in Belle Soie silks, and that's my start of it, of Rose Quaker. And I want to say this is on Not Another Sampler from Be Stitch Me. And it's 40 count. 1/2. So, we are almost done, my friends. Almost done. And then here is my bag of littles. So I have Pumpkin Trio is in here. There's not much done on this. Just a pumpkin. And it's Mill Hill. And then we have Spell of the Moon. Or Gratitude. I think we have Gratitude. Yes, Gratitude is next. And this is a Lizzie Kate. And it says Gratitude turns what we have into enough. And I've got the G. We just need to fill it in and work on the rest. This one goes would go really fast if I just buckled down and did it. And then Spell of the Moon by Blackbird Designs. Oops, got stuff sticking to everything. Oh, that's a Spell of the Moon. Oh my gracious, it's sticking. We're having a struggle. It's on the struggle bus. So there's Spell of the Moon, and I want to say this is available in a book now. But it's also, and don't mind my needle minder, cute little reluctant dragon, but that's where it is. And it's pretty close to being done. Another one of those, if I just sat down and did it, it would be done. I also have Candy Cane by Bent Creek. And this is a fun one. I actually took this out and did some progress on it because it looks pretty vulgar if it's not the whole thing. So, there's my candy cane. And I've got most of the long stitching done. I'm just needing to do the border, and then there's some snowflakes and some French knots that are there. And that's the bottom border, so I just need to come across and then do the inner border. So that's Candy Cane by Bent Creek. And this is going to get some more stitching on it today. So I'm going to hold it out because the rest of its contents is over by my stitchy spot. And then I have Spring Bouquet. This is a jar of jar of fireflies. And I have the jar outline mostly done. Yeah. That's what I've got done on that. So super fun, super cute. I love fireflies. Next, and those, let's see, Candy Cane was started on the 15th of October. Jar of Fireflies was started on the 22nd of December of 2020. And then I have my fairies. So Christmas Elf Fairy was actually started back on the 7th of July for Christmas in July. What that is. Sorry about the crinkles. New Year's Eve. Here's Christmas. And she's super cute. I like her. This is Christmas Elf Fairy. There. And I've gotten a good portion of her dress finished. So, but she needs to come out during Christmas time. I was hoping to work on each of these during the months as well, but it did not work very well. And then, and she was that back in July, for Christmas in July. And then I have Harvest Fairy, which is, she is super pretty. I love her. Love her colors. And these are the kits you can get from Hoffman Distributing. And that's the Harvest Fairy. And she has, I've gotten some of her bouquet done, it looks like. I believe it goes, oh, that's her dress. Right there. So she needs some love. She was going to get some love for Thanksgiving. It just didn't work. So. And she was started on the 24th of December. And then I also started Miss New Year's Fairy on the 24th of December as well. Not New Year's, but I'm hoping to stitch on her for New Year's, just because I think it would be fun. Oh my gracious. I need to be watching because it cut me off at 35, so this is going to be a long one of my longer ones. And then this is Miss New Year's Fairy, and oh, my pin is through here. Yes, I left a needle in it. Don't come at me. And that's where we are on her. I can barely see. It's white. It's her belly, the middle of her dress. So. I'll bring her out and put her by my stitchy spot so I can work on the Christmas one too. Give both of those a little bit of love. And then this one is, I'm really, really, really sad about, because this will have, I'll come back to that in a second, but this one I'm super, super sad about. This is Violet, and I started her on Christmas Day of 2020, and she's my unicorn, and I've not touched her this year at all. So she's coming out, she's being worked on, because I was just like, no, I can't not work on her, and here's her measly little start. I am so sad. So, so sad, because this is one that I've wanted for so, so long, and there it is. And I'm just sad and sick, and so she's getting lots of lovin' next week, for sure. I'm just like, you were my unicorn, and now I've neglected you. I felt so bad.
Do you know where my D20s are?
I don't. Oh, they're probably in here. Ugh.
You needed a 20-cent die.
Oh. And then this was done on election day, or not election day, on the 27th of December. And this is Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. I love this one. It's so pretty. And I haven't gotten very far on it. I've gotten this corner done.
Blind eye.
So this one needs to come out again and be worked on. Like everything. And then next I have Miss Valentine's Fairy. She's got a very measly start as well. And this is Valentine's. And she was started on, a lot of these were started on the 27th. This one was started on the 27th of December of 2020 as well. Here's her measly little start. Just about 200 stitches, I think. And then this Easter fairy is the last one of these fairies. And she is right here. I got a lot done on Miss Easter fairy. She's super cute. I love the little chick that she's holding. And that's, that is what Miss Easter Fairy looks like. And this is how much of her I have completed. She's got a nice little start on her. And, I'm gonna have to get some good best press to get these wrinkles out. But yes, this is going to come by my stitchy spot with me, so that she does not get neglected either. And the sad thing is that Violet was sitting next to me like the whole time, the whole year. The Miss Easter's Fairy, who was started on the 30th of December. I should have started Miss New Year's Fairy, but that's fine. 2021 year of Blackwork with Peppermint Purple. I'm thinking I might abandon this one. I haven't touched it. I don't know how much I've done that much of the border. I love this fabric though, so I need to decide what I want to do with it. It's almost done. And it's a free sal with Peppermint Purple. And she's starting a new one up next year. And that was started on the 30th of December of 2020. Then I have Funky Menagerie by Lindy Stitches, which I love this one. It was so fun. I don't think I have the full picture. I do not. But this was a mystery sal. Her new one this year is really fun. But that's what I have. That's like almost the first page complete. And this one was started on the 31st of December of 2020. And that was done, all of my 2020 starts, because I went into the year of no new starts and broke it when I said I would work on my neighbor's thing, and I was like, you know what, fine, it's okay. So I've started only a couple things since then. First one is for a sal I'm doing next year, a round robin, and it's the Dreaming of Sampler. Mine is Dreaming of Iris. Doing this with Corinne and Colleen and Janet Jabber and Crystal Rowe and Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitives and Hannah Dowling. And so that's my start on it. I'm just doing the sampler because it's cute and it's not going to take a long time for them to do. The other thing I'm doing, and Carla as well got roped into it when we were talking about our cross stitch nation. So Carla and Crystal, Carla from Craft Addict K, Crystal Rowe, Hannah Dowling, Colleen and Corinne from Grace Note Stitchers, and myself are all doing this one and cross stitch nation. So, and the way we're doing it is that Corinne is going to spin a wheel, and we're going to say, this is the person I want to do, and then the person, and then the gentleman is going to be the man in our life. So that's my start on it. I've done mostly the colorful colors, and then the rest I've just pulled from my stash, and this is a 18 count Ada, I believe. And that was started on the 16th of December. And then I restarted Cardinal Points, and this is on a Grace Notes fabric called Philip. Out of here. Oh, gracious. We're almost done, my friends. Almost done. We are in the home stretch. This is Cardinal Points on 18 count Philip. And I have counted, double counted, triple counted that I have the right size of fabric, because that's what happened last time, is that I did not have the right size of fabric. this is folded, and that's where I'm at. So this is all the way across the top of the first page and down the bottom of the first page. So I just need to fill this guy in and then go over here. So yes, very happy to be stitching on this one again because it's very pretty and lots of different colors. It's very colorful. So, and then as my reward, and that was started on the 16th of December, and I don't have a picture of Octopus Treasure Cave. I will have to put a picture in if I remember. Maybe I have. No, I have not printed it. But as a reward for finishing Blue Moroccan Lace, I have started Octopus Treasure Cave. And oh, I need to have really fresh eyes for this one because whoo, this black even weave, and I'm losing battery, so I'm really gonna have to go. So yeah, there we are. And this is with a water lily or a Gloriana, I believe, or a dinky dye. Gloriana, called Blue Hawaii. So, and that was started on the 16th as well, or on the 19th of December. And then my last two, my final start of this year is my Alice in Wonderland Sal from Alan Forrest Embroidery. And this is on Peanut, I think, from Bestitch Me. And here's my start. Tina from Tina Stitches is also doing this, and it's beautiful. Kyle Ruckemeyer just finished his. But that's what I've got. I got the needle minders and I got the fabric, or not the fabric, but the floss from Al Forrest Embroidery. So, and that was my reward for finishing up the whale. And that was also started on the 19th of December of 2021. So, and then my final start of the year is going to be my Celtic Lady sampler, which the layout is from Sarah at Stitchamommy. And it is Celtic Winter, Celtic Spring, Celtic Summer, and Celtic Autumn. And she's just taken the heads and kind of charted them, and it's a nice little 400, it's like 240 something by 240 something. It's a nice square. And I love the dresses, but I've stitched that dress once before on Celtic Christmas, and don't want to stitch it again unless I do a Celtic Christmas again. So that's where I'm at there. I will be back next week with WIP Go plans, kind of a plan of what I'm going to do for the year. But that's what I've got, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and thank you for going through this WIP Parade movie. It's not as long as Marita Marie's. She's got a really nice long one. And then, like I said, Vicky from Reading and Stitching has broken hers up over Vlogmas, so go check her out. Thank you for being here. Thanks for sticking with me. Have a Happy New Year. Have a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Anything I missed, and I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Stay happy, stay safe, do the things you want to do. Much love. Merry.